Brad.
Yeah.
Well, there's a sense that it was a brave effort, but just overwhelmed in the end.
Yeah, I mean, the first, we were really disappointed with the start. We thought we didn't handle the conditions well at all, and we didn't play the way we planned to play early. But it was a really good response in the second half, and then everything we value looked really good at half time. But a combination of the Crows really lifted in the midfield. I thought led by Rory Sloane, Scott Thompson, really turned the contested ball numbers around, which were in our favour pretty strongly at half time. But they completely outworked us in the second half. So a bit of a combination of our drop-off and their lift in intensity.
Man short as well, 2 6-day breaks. Is the bye coming at a good time for you?
Yeah, I think there's no doubt the bye's coming at a good time for us. Just it'll give us an opportunity to reset and physically get ourselves back into pretty good condition. We've had, I think, in terms of our effort and intensity, the last 2 weeks it's been, pretty good. But we've certainly had some challenges, both with available personnel and losing personnel within game. But even at the start of the year, we knew this was going to be a challenging month for us, and we had to get off to a good start, and we've done that. So we go into the bye really a bit licking our wounds a little bit, but really optimistic about the second half of the year. And we're 10-4 and in a great spot to really attack the second half.
Brad, a lot of people outside of the club will talk about the 6-day break and say it was a factor. Do you think it was a factor tonight?
I think we've had consecutive 6-day breaks, but we think 6 days is enough time to recover between games. We've had to monitor our training load. There are other challenges that present themselves as well. I think probably the bigger challenge is that what sort of breakers the opposition had as well. So it's probably the double whammy there. But I mean, you saw the footy that was played in the first half. I didn't think either team looked like they were either a bit flat after a bye or a bit jaded based on a short recovery. So I don't think it had an influence on the outcome of the game or the way the game was played.
Should it be that a team that has a bye plays a team that has a bye the next week? Isn't that
the fixtures impossible to sort out. The mathematics just don't work. So, but we knew the challenges we were going to face back in November. So there's no excuse on the preparation front. I mean, we prepared for this month as best we could. We prepared our players. We altered our training program. So we thought we were in good enough shape to go out and give a good account of ourselves. It's just the Crows were too good.
How are you feeling personally? It's been a big week for yourself and the footy club.
Yeah, I'm fine. Yep.
Were you surprised by the size of the fine, though? 30 plus 50.
Oh, look, when the AFL issued their sanction, we immediately put out a press release saying we accept the sanction and we move on. So we accepted it then and we move on and we won't comment any further.
The forecast was for hail, thunder and lightning, and it didn't rain.
It rained somewhere, I'm sure. Yeah. The radar looked pretty thick, but it just went around us. So.
But that forecast, was that a reason for the late change with Magic Bill?
Yeah, it was. Yep.
Do you regret that? Or?
Oh, no. It was still a wet, slippery style game. So, the ground held up remarkably well, even given the rain today, but it was still wet, still a bit muddy, and it was played like a wet weather game. So, we're confident we made the right selection decision there, but Magic will be available for the next game.
But tonight underline the value of Daniel Wells, just that run and carry, line breaking. Is he a chance to maybe miss a few more or be back?
Really hard to tell. I think we were optimistic, excuse me, that he was going to play, and he was close. But about a month ago we really made a hard and fast decision that we weren't going to play anyone who wasn't, if not 100%, very, very close to it. And we just have a no-risk policy. And getting off to a really good start to the season really gave us the opportunity to do that. So we're really confident he'll be back. But, I mean, we've got a number of availability challenges at the moment. But 19 days till our next game gives us a really good opportunity to try and get a few guys back and get some good availability on our list again. But the positive is we've been able to play, I think, 33 or 34 players this year. Corey Wagner looks like he's going to have a bright AFL future. Mason Woods really emerged. Brad McKenzie's taken his opportunity down back. So I think the second half of the year will present the opportunity to get some personnel back, and we've I think given some guys opportunities that have taken it. So at the start of the year we would have thought we'd play somewhere around 34 players, and we're pretty close to that now.
But you lost Farron Ray early through concussion. How much did that hurt your rotations?
Didn't really. I mean, we still got close to the cap in terms of the rotations. It probably just hurts you the personnel you can put in different spots. And when we were flagging, probably halfway through the third quarter, there wasn't much we could do to change the midfield mix just because of the personnel. But I thought, Cunnington, Zeeble, Swallow, Del Santo, I thought they persisted really well. But as I said at the start, Thompson and Sloan really lifted and gave the Crows the ascendancy. And I think plus 23 in contested ball in the last quarter, they really got on top there. So that was as much their good play as it was anything else.
You mentioned you've had the luxury of now to manage your list, Brad. Have you lost that luxury now, dropping 4 of your last 5? I know you've had tough games, but not being able to get one of these results.
Yeah, well, if they're all available, we'd play them. But I mean, we're not going to play injured players, so we haven't managed our list. We've just taken an attitude that we wouldn't play guys that are 90%. When on paper your team might look a little bit better because you've got some really good personnel out there, but we just need them right. So we'll continue with that policy in the second half of the year, and we still aim to qualify in the best position we can. But we're going to, as I said, we've found some really good players to come in and play a role for us, and who have taken their opportunity. We'll get some personnel back, and we're 10-4. So I think when all's said and done, we go into the break in a really good position.
Any names that you nominate to go back next start that you think will be definite?
In the second half of the year?
No, sorry, next game. Sorry.
Next game will probably be hard to tell. It's 19 days away, so there are a few guys who have got longer term injuries. So when you think Jacobs, Wright, Higgins, McDonald, they won't be available next game, but we'll have to filter them back in the second half of the year, and we're confident we'll get all of those guys back. So we'll just take stock and pick the fittest and best side we can for West Coast in 19 days.
Thanks very much.
Cheers.